Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Yesterday in my video I said things come in threes. Well, it seems Henry Cavill videos are coming in threes at the moment because, and I just want to put a disclaimer in here, do not contact any of the people in this video. It seems that their lives are tough enough as it is, trust me. I disavow anyone that does. But as we all know, Henry Cavill recently left The Witcher after filming season 3. He's not returning for any more. He's had enough. But it looks like the crew or the cast or somebody within the Netflix's Witcher TV show, or a group of them, are looking to try and discredit Henry Cavill. And so they, on this podcast that you can see here, De Moi, they were discussing Henry Cavill, and they were discussing the fact that somebody had spoken to them, had sent the message and spoken to them about Henry Cavill's behavior. Now, there was rumors that Henry Cavill was difficult to work with, and that was going into season 2 of The Witcher. But judging by how dog shit the actual TV show was, and I called this out since season 1, how it totally ignored the actual protagonist, which is Geralt of Rivia, because they wanted to push their intersectional shite into the show. Judging by the fact that Henry Cavill had this as a dream job, knows more about The Witcher than probably anybody else on set. Yeah, he probably questioned a few things because he wanted the show to be, I don't know, The Witcher. And then even at the end of season 2, he did come out in an interview and say that when they said, hey, what would you like to see in The Witcher season 3? And he was like, well, I'd like to see them get a little bit closer to the source material. I say that, not as a quote. But that's essentially what he said, that he wanted the show to go more to the source material, which was more Geralt orientated. But alas, it looks like that's not the case. He was probably contracted for 3 years, and after that he's gone, see ya. But that's not the story that these people, yeah, I said these people, want to paint. So on this podcast, there is a transcript that somebody took. Again, do not contact this person. They've got pronouns in their bio. Life's tough enough for them as it is. But let's read what the one of the hosts or whatever of the podcast says and what message they received. I recently got this message and someone was like, do you want to know what really went down? And I was like, sure. So let me just read it. Now, I'll go into this, and the verbiage and the hyperbolic language that's used in this transcript of this person's take on Henry Cavill working on The Witcher, well, it seems like horse shit to me, but let's get into it. It says, at the beginning of the show, Henry was good to work with. A lot of unusual demands that made people feel like he wasn't really a team player. No examples given. But that's not unusual for a big star. So we've got a contradiction already. So it's not unusual for a big star to make demands, but it's unusual. Okay. You know, whatever. Though in TV, it truly usually doesn't happen until the second season. So what? Henry was on probation for unusual demands. Okay. But in season 2 and season 3, something shifted and he became really impossible for women to work with. So as soon as not people, women. So suddenly, Henry Cavill is going full-on misogynist out of nowhere, you know? Season 1, unusual demands, which aren't unusual. And then season 2 and 3 just comes in. Maybe, there are certain women, like the showrunner, for example, who are wanting him to do stuff that he doesn't want to do, that he doesn't believe is in character, that doesn't believe is within universe. And then if you challenge that, suddenly you're difficult to work with women because you're not shutting up and just doing as they say. Because these people don't like men that actually have their own agency. Hashtag #MeToozies. He became really impossible for women to work with, which is always a big problem. Sounds like you got a big problem, if you even exist. But even worse here, because the showrunner is a woman. Ah! How dare a man challenge a woman's? It's already by what's said, this sounds like absolute horseshit, dog shit. Just like the show, dog shit. He would try to overrule her and try to get changes made last minute across the board without her knowledge. I mean, considering the showrunner is the one that has the final say, I think it'd be very difficult to ham in changes that weren't agreed upon. And so what? He's challenging. As we clearly know, Cavill was not happy with the way that The Witcher was being portrayed, that Geralt was being portrayed, and basically the show was being done. Because this is a dream role for him, because he knows the source material, and he knows more than Lauren Hissrich ever fucking would about this world and universe. So yeah, it's not unusual for actors to challenge directors or writers on set about stuff which isn't within keeping with that franchise. And we already know that when Roach dies in season 2, Henry Cavill was given this fucking joke to read out and then went to Lauren Hissrich and went, look, this just isn't in keeping. And Lauren said, you know more of this than me. Henry, you know more about this stuff than me. So you go do something which you think is more in keeping. And it was actually the best part to me of the whole of season 2, written by Henry Cavill, as he gives this lovely little speech as Roach dies. And Lauren Hissrich was, oh, that was great. So, you know. So, again, it doesn't quite fit. I can certainly understand and see Henry Cavill challenging, but it doesn't fit that he's sneaking like some Machiavellian villain to get changes done behind the showrunner's back. Maybe if he's going up against a brick wall with the showrunner, maybe he's in communication with some of the execs saying, look, I don't think this is quite right, you know? Maybe, possibly. I mean, I'm just speculating here, but trying to do stuff, make changes without her knowing across the board, that sounds too hyperbolic for me, I'm afraid. Which, if you know anything about showrunning, is completely fucked. Maybe your showrunner shouldn't be fucking dog shit like the fucking show. The showrunner has to sign off on every minuscule detail down to the buttons on a costume. Female writers and directors were suddenly completely ignored on set, unable to do their jobs. Maybe because they were shit! Because having watched season 1 and 2 of The Witcher, and I refuse to watch season 3, sorry, Gary, it was dog shit. It was absolute crapola. Ay, ay, ay. Every department head was complaining. Every department head probably don't think so. He started making comments. It wasn't a sexual thing. He wasn't grabbing anyone or being lewd, but it was disrespectful and toxic all the same. Again, no examples given. No examples of any of the accusations given. He was starting to make comments. What sort of comments? Comments. not sexual comments. He wasn't being lewd. He wasn't grab-assing. He was making comments. Oh. Toxic. When somebody uses the word toxic when they're discussing a man, I already think, oh, this... Well, first of all, it's clearly a woman that's written this. Let's just be honest. Let's not fuck around. It's clearly a woman that's written this, and a very fragile one at that. Possibly Lauren Hisrich. He's deeply... Sorry, the next sentence just cracks me up. He's deeply addicted to video games to the point where it was like working with any other addict. Oh my God! Henry Cavill is a druggie because he likes video games. No! No! He likes to play video games. We know Henry Cavill likes his video games. But now he's a junkie? Hey, Henry, we need you on set. Yeah, I'll be right out. I just got to do one more, fucking dungeon on World of Warcraft. I'll be there in a minute. I could give it up any time. I promise you I could give it up any time. I just don't want to. He was distracted. He was late. He was obsessive. He was distracted and obsessive at the same time. Okay. He was late. Never heard anything about Cavill being late on set or anything like that. Never. Heard that, he was challenging stuff. Never heard that he was late on set. This is kind of like trying to paint the worst possible picture. And it's like, right, it's like a kid knocks over a glass in the kitchen and the glass falls down and breaks. And then the parents come home and they go, who broke the glass? Did you break the glass? And the kid's just like, no, I was in the front room watching the church TV because I'm a good boy. And then an alien spaceship came down. And then the police all burst in and the army came smashing through the back door. And then a big fight broke out and the glass fell over and smashed. It weren't me. It's that sort of level of escalation. It doesn't make sense. Things make sense. Like, I could believe and to say, look, Henry was difficult to work with on set. He challenged the writers and directors a lot, and it caused friction amongst the set because he wanted things done a certain way, and Lauren, as the showrunner, wanted things done a certain way. That sounds believable. But now we've got a star, a big star, because Henry Cavill is a big star, who made unusual demands, which isn't unusual, who made comments, not sexual comments, didn't grab anyone's ass, but made comments that was a junkie because he played video games, that ignored all the women, just the women. He was toxic. It's just like, fuck off, you pathetic fucking... Whoever wrote this is a fucking wank job. Oh. And a lot of people think that the misogyny came from Gamer World. So now all of this behavior, his made up misogynistic behavior is now because of gamers. Oh my God, Gamergate 2.0. Oh my God. Fucking, this is a better script than the fucking Witcher, darling. Jeez. Oh, wait for it. There's more. Video game bro language is not how you talk to co-workers. So is this person like walking around with Henry Cavill, watching everything and recording everything that he says and does, and the language? Oh, he used the word bro. He used the word bro. How dare he? How dare he use the word bro? Yes, that word was so powerful it knocked the transcript off the screen. you don't go bro to somebody. That's basically being a Yahtzee. And he wouldn't stop. Someone on the show compared it to watching getting brainwashed by QAnon. Holy shit, you're fucked in the head, darling. You are fucked in the knob in the fucking bonds. This is like reading a mental illness from some fucking fragile snowflake that fucking lives on Twitter with 15 cats and stinks like fucking cat shit. His whole personality shifted. Eventually, his disrespect escalated. Escalated? How does it go any higher than you've already fucking described? Did he start building gas chambers? Now, ladies, I'm gonna have to ask you to walk in, if you don't mind. Oh. Now, come on now. Let's not make a scene. He would rewrite scenes without even alerting the other actors in the scenes until it was time to shoot. What? He decided that he didn't want any romantic scenes anymore. No kissing, no shirtless scenes, etc. Holy shit! Now just make Henry Cavill a woman. Henrietta Cavill. And that actress says, I don't want any more kissing scenes. I don't want to get my tits out. And you got a dude, because this is obviously written by a woman, you got a dude going, oh, this stupid fucking cat. She wouldn't fucking snog known dudes and she wouldn't get her fucking cans out anymore. People would be going, misogyny, how dare you? She's a woman. She has a right. She doesn't have to. She's not a piece of meat. She's not there to be objectified. However, we're quite happy to objectify men. And I don't mind the objectification of men. You want to do that? You do it all day long. Don't be a fucking hypocrite. If you can objectify men, you can objectify women. And actors, to some degree, are objects of objectification. That's why we have beautiful people on the screen. Because people don't want to watch movies with ugly shits. When it comes to your classic movies or heroic movies, holy shit. He wanted complete control of storylines. I'm not surprised because, as I might have mentioned in this video, The Witcher is dog shit. But really had no idea of the limitations of TV, structure, budget, etc. This guy who works within the industry has no idea about the industry. This guy who wanted complete control of storylines, which doesn't make sense. I can definitely see he wants input because, again, he's not happy and clearly not happy with the way this is going. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Jesus Christ. Hitler seems a nice guy compared to this dude that you've written him. He formed a weird alliance with one writer who was also a gamer. A Gamergate 2.0. Who eventually got fired after multiple HR complaints were made. About what? Again, nothing given, no evidence given, no proof given, nothing given. And after the writer left, Henry did nothing he could, did anything he could to hold up production and cause problems. This is a work of pathetic fiction, just like The Witcher. So maybe this was written by Lauren Hisrich or one of the writers on the staff, because this is fucking terrible fiction. And it's also fantasy. Eventually, top brass at Netflix was tired of it costing them money with delays in HR investigations. What HR investigations? Let's see. What? For what? For misogynistic, Gamergate, drug-addled, unusual, requesting, rewriting script, not listening to show running. Oh, okay. And the showrunner was asked to construct a potential exit for him. Bullshit. Bullshit. He left of his own accord because the show's shit. He left of his own accord because the show had nothing to do with The Witcher. It was some intersectional dog shit, some inclusion and diversity bullshit that was using a brilliant franchise to push that absolute ESG garbage. Netflix reached out to him personally and he was given one final warning and violated that warning with an email he sent to the entire writing staff right after that meeting. That was it. Where is it? Show us. Show us what he wrote. Show us what he wrote. It's not there though. This is, the thing is, right, there might be some elements of truth in here, right? I can see, like I said, I can see certain things happening, certainly with getting more and more pissed off with how far the franchise has strayed from where it should be. I can understand things like that. You know, Henry isn't contracted to be rainbows and sunshine to you 24/7. He's a human being. He's a human being that's in a dream role that he thought was going to be about The Witcher, and it isn't. It's about some fucking horrible cow and her inclusive and diverse group of witches. Or bitches, as it should really be. That most of them have got zero personality, zero presence, or anything like that. No wonder the guy was pissed off. So I can see that there might be little elements of truth, you know, scattered around. But you've made that so hyperbolic and so unbelievable, it reads as fiction. As fiction from somebody that's desperately trying to discredit somebody because he walked away from your absolute pile of shit. See you in the next video. Bye for now.